Hello and welcome to Reaching the Summit on Business RadioX. We are broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studio in the Sonesta Gwinnett Place Atlanta Hotel. Reaching the Summit is presented by Pinnacle Custom Signs. Get a more elevated look with your business signage. Visit pinnaclecustomsigns.com. I'm Don Conklin, and along with Teresa Conklin, every month on Reaching the Summit, you'll meet successful business leaders who have climbed the mountain and reached the summit in their profession. We will talk to them about their journey, their challenges, and the lessons and insights they have learned along the way. Our guests today are Bob Miller from 101 Bagel Cafe, and Dr. Marchalee Ellis and Dr. Kurt Jones from Got Hemp and Got Hemp too. Thank you guys for being here with us today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Good morning.
Sure. Teresa?
Okay, we're going to start today with talking to Dr. Marchalee Ellis and Dr. Kurt Jones of Got Hemp and Got Hemp too. Could you tell us a little bit about who you are and the service you provide?
Okay, so first of all, thanks for having us. I'm a board-certified internal medicine physician, practicing medicine for 20 years. And we got into this business because just growing up, we've always had an interest in natural health and healing, and being in the medical profession and seeing all the side effects of a lot of these prescribed medicines that I prescribe, in particular like the opiates and the opiate addiction and epidemic. We thought that cannabis in the way of CBD was a good alternative. So when it was legalized, we decided to just go on board and move forward. And then, of course, Dr. Jones, being a sports psychologist, has a lot to offer. And we combine both. And I'll let him introduce himself and say a little more about that.
Yes, thank you for that. So to follow up on what Dr. Ellis was saying, through the course of the years, after playing 14 years of professional sports, there was a lot of injury, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of anxiety, and we were always, prescribed things like Advil, and several other things that can cause a second effect, right, to your body and the way that it functions. And through the course of the years, I started studying natural healing, and I wanted to bring forth a method that would allow people to feel better without having like side effects that's from your common medications. And one of the reasons I got into sports psychology was to help a lot of the professional athletes understand this could become an addiction with taking these type of medications. And along with Dr. Ellis and myself, because she was into already doing the study of how the cannabis was very beneficial, we combined our efforts and decided to get into the CBD business.
So how does CBD work?
So that's a very good question. We all have what is called an endocannabinoid system. Endo means within. So we all actually produce cannabinoids naturally, which is similar to CBD, and CBD is cannabidiol. So within this endocannabinoid system, we actually have receptors that are called cannabinoid receptors. There are primarily two, CB1 and CB2. So CB1 is primarily in the brain and the spinal cord, and CB2, these are primarily in the organ system, including the skin. And the skin is actually our largest organ, and it has majority of the CB2 receptors. So the function of the endocannabinoid system is to maintain what we call balance. So it will allow every organ system, including your immune system, to function normally. So whenever there is a problem, there is inflammation. A lot of conditions are caused from inflammation, irrespective of the cause. So when you actually take CBD, whether orally or you apply it topically, it will interact with a lot of our other systems, with the endocannabinoid system and the receptors, to cause relief of pain, inflammation, anxiety, depression, to boost our immune system, And in fact, in 2017, I believe, 2017 or 2018, GW Pharmaceuticals came out with the first FDA-approved medicine, which is called Epidiolex. And in fact, that's just a nice name for CBD. And that is basically used for seizures in children. And a lot of people are not aware of that.
That's very interesting.
So in a nutshell, that's how CBD works. And because of these receptors, we're able to see all these different benefits in the various organ systems.
Well, with us being in the sign business, we're seeing a lot of CBD shops open up. What makes your shop different than the other CBD shops?
Well, that's a wonderful question. So we always pride ourselves, first of all, in the products that we serve to our customers. We do strict studies on the products before giving them. We have what's known as COA, Certificate of Analysis, to ensure that the quality of our products is subpar and that the results will be an experience that one will be proud to experience. So when you walk into our shop, we're not a smoke shop. A lot of CBD shops have smoke shops. We are, because we are considered to have the psychological aspect of it and the medical side of it, we don't push a lot of the smoke products, such as vaping on individuals because of the studies and the effects of vaping. So all of our products that we have in our store, there's a benefit for them. There's several different products. So say if you have inflammation and pain, we have a specific section for that. Say if you have anxiety, we have a specific section for that. Say if you have sleep deprivation and sleep illnesses and problems, we have a section for that. Then we have an educational section to come in and explain to each and every one how these products will benefit you and how it works in the body, as Dr. Ellis explained to you earlier. Mm-hmm. We even explained the benefits of pets and the usages of the products for the pets' benefits as well, because as you know, the pets also have an endocannabinoid system like humans.
Okay.
And we go as far as to have products that will benefit that. And then we're often asked, what's the levels of the THC? So one of the things that we are clear with people is the 0.3 legalities of having THC in the products, and also the fact that if you are blood tested, right, which a lot of people are tested for the THC, that it will not show up in your system if you use our topicals as well as our tinctures. Now, if you are tested for cannabinoid, right, which a lot of people don't do, right, there are chances that it could show up in your system. And this is the educational format that you will receive coming in our store. And we also give samples, right? So we have our store designed as a retail store as well as a lounge where people come in and they talk about our problems. We get a lot of people that don't know a lot about CBD, but they heard the benefits of it. And we'll sit there with them and we will talk them through it or to a comfort level. And when they walk out of the store, they have felt like they've been educated as well as they got the knowledge on why CBD is so beneficial.
So you provide the education as well.
Yes.
And just to add on to that, I think one of the good things that we offer, and I'm going to say we're not just a regular CBD store. And because of my medical background, it's like you're walking into a clinic, really.
Okay.
Because before we recommend any CBD, especially the oils or any oral CBD, we need to know what you're taking in terms of medication. We need to know if you have any chronic illnesses. Are you on blood thinners? Because the CBD can interact with a lot of prescribed and over-the-counter medicines. And if you're on certain medicines, then we do not recommend you take CBD. So I say that in itself puts us,
Definitely.
above the typical CBD store.
Okay.
And in addition, if I'm not physically in the store, and over the last several weeks, I've been physically in the store, and I'll be there for the rest of this month as well. If I'm not there, if I'm working in the hospitals, I'm always available by phone.
Okay.
So we have clients that come in and they have questions, they're on medications, and I am called all the time, and I make the time to speak to them over the phone.
And let me also add one last thing to what she said. I want to give a sample of one of our customers that happened to be a family friend that's also a reality star that I'm sure everybody has heard of, was going through cancer treatment and wanted to, and initially wanted to go the natural route with a lot of things, and was interested in CBD, and their doctor, which was the oncologist and the heart doctor, told them that they could use CBD, and they were already on blood thinners. So when they came into the store and they explained the situation, Dr. Ellis immediately said, "Are you on blood thinners?" He said, "Yes." She said, "You cannot use our tinctures. You cannot use them, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at her and he said, "Why?" And she eloquently explained it to him. And he went back to his doctor and informed them, came back, gave her a hug with tears in his eyes and said, "Thank you for saving my life."
That's awesome.
Right.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's
things
not
like that.
just about making money
Right.
and sales. It's about truly helping and caring, and that's why we're in this business. And a lot of people need the help. We provide the help. And as a matter of fact, every evening when that store is closed, the phone is forwarded to our cell phone. So clients can call at any time, and we will pick up the phone because we're helping our clients to titrate the tinctures, especially. They may have questions. They may be experiencing the different effects that they want to, explore more. So we make ourselves available. And even on our online store, we have a chat that we respond to almost immediately. So
that's wonderful.
So we try to be available. We're not just pushing and selling products.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not just a regular CBD store.
Right. Sounds very, very different.
It is.
What are some common myths and misconceptions about CBD?
That's very interesting, because I think one of the big ones that we have seen since we have been doing business is people believe that the higher doses of CBD you take, it's the better effect, and that's absolutely not true. There is actually a point at which if you go above that certain dose, you actually get the opposite effect. And we have found that the lower the dose is actually the better. So the lowest dose that you can get your maximal effect is what you should stay at.
Okay.
And in fact, majority of our clients are taking very small doses. When I say small, I mean like 5 milligrams, 10 milligrams of CBD a day. And they're getting great results. I think maybe the highest dose we probably have a client on is maybe 25 milligrams in a day, but majority are below 10 milligrams. So that's one myth. The other thing is a lot of people, when they think about cannabis, they automatically think about the high, and they're not very familiar with CBD. And because it looks like marijuana, if you look at it, the flower, and it may even smell like marijuana, that is the flower. So a lot of people believe that, okay, once I do this, I'm gonna get a high. There's no high with a pure CBD from the hemp plant, because the THC level is less than 0.3% to undetectable. Mm-hmm. So in fact, you're getting the benefits of CBD without the high. And in fact, you can actually get CBD from the marijuana plant, but then it comes with the high levels of THC, as much as 20%. And that is where you will get the psychoses and the high and hallucinations and delusions kicking in. So those are two big myths. And, well, another one is that there are no side effects. And there are side effects. And we've seen a lot of advertising. A lot of people have said, oh, take CBD. There are absolutely no side effects. It's not true. So we bear that in mind, and we try to educate. Of course, the side effects will be determined by the dosage. The higher the dosing, especially if you start to get around 20 milligrams per kilogram, which is extremely high dose, then you may see actually severe effects affecting the liver and different organ systems.
So it's not harmless, as like
it is not. But at the doses that we are getting benefits at, we have not really seen any significant side effects.
Oh, that's awesome. I noticed you brought some products, and I know our listeners can't see what you brought, but could you tell us a little bit about the products you brought with you today?
Absolutely. So what we have here is we have some pain creams, because we you got pain served up in different ways that you want to take them. We have a roll-on here, and this is 500 milligrams of CBD, and it also has lidocaine in it, which is a pain release substance as well. So we mix this in a roll-on, and it's for easy application. You could roll on to it, and a lot of athletes like this process. Quickly roll on, and I can get out the house and apply it in the morning before my workout and after my workout, and even when I'm sitting down, you can just kind of roll it on.
Okay.
And we have two 500s, one with lidocaine, and then we have a 100 roll-on as well that comes this. And then we also have one of our top sellers in the entire area is CBD Intensive Relief Rub. This is 500 milligrams of CBD, and it also has emu oil in it as well. It's also a combination with menthol, but it's less menthol in this one because the EMU works very well for the pain relief. Okay. And this is our top seller. We have, and this right here I want to talk a little more about, because this helps with inflammation. And I also have used this. I had some tension. This is a little over a year ago. I had some tension in my neck, and like I said, I don't take Advil, those things anymore. And I rubbed it on my nerve, and I'm talking immediately I was relieved. And we get samples of all our products. And when people come in our store, it's been people coming in with swollen ankles, they tripped and things of sort. And then we've given them a sample, and immediately they say, oh, I feel better. People that got arthritis and sciatic nerve pain and things like that, this cream works very well with it. Now, also, if you want to smell good, this is my favorite. I use this every single day. And I'll tell you this, not only does it smell good, but it also has CBD in it. So can you imagine having a body butter that helps you with your blemishes, help open up your pores, keep you fresh, and it also combines CBD, and it's not greasy. None of our products are greasy. It's easy application and rubs on. And then the tinctures. We have tinctures as low as $250, and we go all the way up to tinctures of $1,500, because as Dr. Ellis stated, we always tell people that's never used CBD, don't get caught up in the milligrams, to start low and titrate up. And I'm going to tell you a short story about our $250 for a young lady that came into our store. So she came into our store, and she was clinically depressed. She had problems, marital problems with her spouse. She came into the store, and when she first came into the store, she didn't really get into the specifics, but I can see in her eyes that she was struggling with something. So we took time and sat her down, and she started talking. She left the store that day and came immediately back the next day and said, oh, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? And so, sure. So as she explained her problems, we recommended that she start off with our $250, okay? She took the $250 for about 30 days, right? Came back smiling. Oh, I feel so much better. I feel so much better. I'm able to focus. And she also wanted to get back into the job field. And then, so she said, I want to go up to your 500. So we said, that's fine. So she went up to our 500. And I would say 30 days past that, she came into our tears in her eyes. Oh, I got a new job. I'm able to focus. My husband and I are, we're back, communicative, talking to one another, and I'm no longer clinically depressed. And that right there made us feel very happy that we were able to introduce our products to someone that was going through this, because we know that these products are very beneficial. Okay?
That's great. So I've got a flare-up of gout every once in a while. Would CBD work on gout?
I'm going to let Dr. Jones answer that because he suffers from gout.
Okay. Well, then talk to me.
So I'm glad you asked me that question. And so, yes, I had a gout flare-up in my toe. I didn't even know what gout was. It's probably about my third time flaring up. And, of course, I get the regular medications for the gout, which was allopurinol, right? And I was taking that. And then when I called it for the third time, I just said, you know what, forget that. I'm going to start using our CBD roll-on combined with our cream. I just doubled up on it, the lidocaine and the CBD cream. And I am going to tell you today, it felt better. I was working out. Haven't had any more experiences. I still put it on my spot, and it helped the gout go away, and it has not returned. And of course, one of the things that I want to say is eating. I always preach what you put in your body, right, which affects a lot of the outcomes of your gout flare-ups and your inflammation and your sleeping and your pain. It's very important to understand proper eating as well, because people like to have fish, and what I've discovered about gout is that it's in a lot of things that you didn't think it was in. I mean, beer, fish, shrimp, things that you love to eat every day.
Steak.
Yep.
All his favorites.
All your favorite
I
foods.
Get it. I understand, trust me.
But absolutely, to your question, it definitely helps with the gout.
I may have to come see you.
Yeah.
So, and we're gonna have to move on here,
Yeah.
but I guess this show's about business.
Right.
So help me understand the business model and how you guys came to open a location, and then I know you're also online. So, what's your plan on making money where you're at and moving forward in the business world to, obviously make money? You're not in this for charity, but also to spread the healthy benefits of hemp and Got Hemp to the other people within the Atlanta community. So
I'll start and let Dr. Ellis finish, because it's a lot to that business model and our business concept. First of all, as we move our store into locations, we're very cautious as to where we want to move, because visibility is very important, as well as I want to go in a community where we know that we're going to help people in the community.
Gotcha.
Right? It's not just about somebody coming to a CBD store. It's about how we can reach out in the community and help the people understand the CBD products so that we can grow in our own community. And then the design of our stores, when you come in, when you first immediately walk into our store, you feel relaxed. The colors that we have, the aqua blue and the design, people constantly come in our store. As you see with our products, they say, man, this is a beautiful store. And as we move forward, which we have with our online sales, we're constantly adding new products to our menu. We're constantly doing research for the beneficial products. I mean, we go out as much as hair products. We help people. We got salons using our products, massage parlors using our products. We have products that's now in Jamaica. Okay, so we are moving, but we move with strategic planning, and that's one of the business models that we have.
great.
Yeah, we also have different partnership plans, and that is also outlined on our website, where we were willing to offer franchising and various methods of partnership. So whoever is interested, they can reach out to us. There's an online form that they can fill out, and we would sit down and see exactly what they're looking for and see if they're a good fit for what we are doing, because we're very particular about who we partner with, because our vision is very specific. And even though we are a brand, and being a physician, we want to maintain that reputation of high quality, high standards. We're also in product development. We actually have a particular product that we're working on, especially for athletes. So we're working on that. I'm finishing up a book that I'm writing about CBD, and that will be published soon. So our growth is really about expanding retail stores, marketing our online and retail store, franchise opportunities, and various partnerships, expanding outside of the U.S., and of course, trying to do a lot more educations.
Well, that's great. So to kind of wrap it up, so what's the best way for people to get in touch with you if they want to understand who you are?
So we have several different ways you can get in touch with us. You can either follow us at Twitter, and we have a Facebook page, which is Got Hemp 2, as well as Got Hemp. So that's our trademark. And then also you can come online, follow us online and make orders. It's www.gothemp2.com. And you can reach us by email at www.wegothemp2@gmail.com, or you can come into our retail store, which is located at 3580 Brockenridge Boulevard, and that's Duluth, Georgia. And or you want to call us, our phone number is 770-680-5642.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, that's great. So with that, let's go ahead and transition over to Rob Miller. Rob, so I know you've brought some your 101 Bagel Cafe's 2 locations. I know one's over in Marietta, one's here in Duluth. So tell us about these delicious goodies that we can't eat yet until after the show.
Well, thank you for having me, for one. And I just need to apologize to the listeners that my radio voice is not going to be half as good as Dr. Jones's, but I'm going to do my best here. So, 101 Bagel Cafe. Bagel is in the name. We're not necessarily a bagel shop. We're not necessarily a coffee shop. Our slogan is we go beyond the bagel. So we're really a community shop. You can come in, you can eat, you can enjoy, you can drink, you can play games. Pre-COVID times, people would come in and challenge their best friends to Connect Four, to Jenga, come hang out. We have nightly events, creative writing events, waffle events, anything you can think of. So we really like to go beyond the bagel, and we like to be the place that the community can kind of come together responsibly and just be at peace. And that's our message for the communities and as we grow here in Duluth and Marietta and beyond.
Great. So you want to tell us a little bit about what you brought for us today?
So we've brought some mini versions of what you can get in large sizes in the shops. The catering version of the muffins, which are all made from scratch. Nothing is ever frozen in our establishment. We've got the mini sweets tray. Got bagels of normal size that you would see. And then we also have bagel bites for those that can't actually finish a whole bagel like myself. So they're bite-sized versions. They're called them the dippers. And you can come on in, dip them in cream cheese, chocolate, cheese, anything you want. Make it delicious. Yes. Even ranch dressing. We've got ranch dressing at the shop for those bagel bites. And beyond that, we have a full lunch, soups, salads. We have sandwiches, deli meats, Reubens. We can even put your lunch sandwich on a lettuce wrap, thanks to Amanda throwing the idea my way. So pretty much we like to grow. We've created the coffee juice, which is actually a perfect blend of coffee and juice for those that want the energy and don't like the taste of coffee. We are about to launch the Cloudberry, which is actually our version of a pink drink, which is made with berries, very refreshing for the summer. And that's what we do.
Well, that's great. So tell me, what did 10-year-old Robert want to do when he grew up?
Well, 10-year-old Robert was already out of the astronaut phase, so I went on to want to become a rock star. And after rock star, basketball player, all things were very attainable, my mother said. So it came to a point where I just got to sitting, and I'm like, well, I just want to make a lot of dough like most Americans. So,
well, that's great. So how did you arrive at this current juncture in your franchise ownership
So
journey?
through having bagel shops, working for bagel shops, same thing like y'all and everybody, corporate America, and you just meet the right people. Opportunity presents itself. I'm born and raised in Miami, Florida, 37 years. Opportunity came for me to move up to this beautiful state of Georgia. So I went ahead, we opened up our second location last year in March for 101 Bagel Cafe.
Well, that's great. So is 101 Bagel Cafe just here in Atlanta, and is it just your brand here in Atlanta?
Currently, it is just here in Atlanta. We are as well franchising. You can go through our website, www.101bagelcafe.com. We're looking for great, exciting, fun franchisees, and we are looking to go out of state. We are looking to go back into Florida, Carolinas, even all the way West Coast, California, just to kind of get fun back into the food business, because everything is, oh, the prices are too high. Oh, they have this rule. Oh, they have this restriction. And we just kind of want to be that coffee shop, coffee cafe by day, but also a place you can host events with your friends, family, or even strangers at night.
Gotcha. So just like with the CBD, we see a lot of bagel shops opening up, right? Because I grew up in New Jersey myself. And so people who move from New Jersey or New York come down and say, I can't get a good bagel, so I'm going to open up my own bagel store. And they open up their own bagel store and they close it within 2 years a lot of times. So what's going to set 101 Bagel Cafe apart so that, the brand does expand and become a national brand, sort of like, one of your competitors, Einstein or something like that?
Yes, and from what I hear, they're not very smart. But with that said, we actually replicate the New York water, and we use a boil and bake method. So all of our bagels, as I said, for one, are never frozen. So they're actually kettle boiled and then baked on a burlap board and stones like they did back in New York in the days. Also, we like to bring the fun. So bagel shop comes in, they have their hours, they have their rules, they're closed. You want to open an event, you call me next Wednesday, we set up your event. Even though our hours are 6 to 3, we will open up full menu, full everything to the public, if you want it private, either way, and we will give you that for your community to grow. So we don't like to say no. We like to make everything right. If we don't get it right, because not everybody does, we will make it right. And that is 101% guarantee on our end. And we just definitely stand out, from all the other bagel shops I've ever seen, I've ever been to. Really, fun is the word. Beyond the bagel is where we like to go.
So what are you most passionate about, Rob?
Growing the brand. I want to get this concept. I want it to be about food and fun, and I want to get it, across the nation, across the world, and really just get people involved and franchisees so that not only can we teach them what 101 Bagel is, but we can learn ideas, because once you think you know everything, that's where your growing stops. So I'm looking forward to meeting people in the future and sharing ideas and growing this concept together.
Yep, that's great. So, Teresa and I opened up our business 9 years ago. And so I always tell people opening up their business that your first 2 years will be 2 years of hell as you establish your business. And I know you started, a year and a half ago originally? So are you experiencing the 2 years of hell and the growing pains as you try to get your business going to the level that you want it to be kind of running on a going forward basis?
So the only hell I say we experience is COVID-19. Everything else has been kind of smooth and fun. And even, as detrimental as this COVID-19 was, it helped us grow. It helped us learn new ways to continue to grow the business in different areas. So I wouldn't say hell, but I also really believe that you should love what you do no matter what that is. And I really do love what this is. So every day I wake up and it's going to be an awesome day.
Well, that's great. So, and I'll define hell as not hell in that you'd want to just give up the business, but because you don't know what you don't know running a business sometimes, right? We don't know, where our customers are coming from and things like that. So it's a matter of, as you establish yourself, you have more of a comfort level that you're going to have customers come in, things like that. So that's
Correct.
what my hell is.
Correct. Growing the brand name definitely has been challenging, yet fun. It is hard to get a bagel at every front door, even through social media and how easy it is to get people through there. I still like the old school knocking on doors. Let's put our product in your hand for free. You're going to love us. You're going to be back.
Gotcha. So why'd you settle on bagels? It's interesting that bagels is where you decided that was your passion and that's what you were going to drive forward with. So how'd you come to that?
So bagels are fun. You can literally create almost anything with a bagel, and that will be soon one of our social media challenges. So we actually do bagel sandwiches. We do bagels. We do pizza bagels. We now have discovered a cinnamon bun bagel. So we just like to find the different ways and creative ways to use the bagel and the dough and the bread from scratch just to kind of create. I like to be a creator.
So with the cinnamon bun bagel, is it a bagel or is it more like a cinnamon bun, or how do you kind of combine those two concepts together?
So you shape the bagel into a cinnamon bun, but you also have to soak the bagel in a cinnamon sugar to give it the taste of a cinnamon bun. Then you have to bake it so that it's not hard like a bagel, soft like a bun, and top it with the right icing.
Wow. That's a lot of work.
I've had some time these last few weeks.
That comes from an Italian who spends a lot of time in the kitchen.
Thinking
trust
about food.
me. So I guess from a business ownership standpoint, what would you say is the one or two biggest lessons you've learned in the last 18 months in opening this business? What are maybe your ahas, and what would you say would be the secret sauce in being a successful business person going forward?
Well, the main thing that I've learned is that I don't know everything. It was shocking to learn that I do not know everything. So that was the biggest aha moment for the business. The second thing is that not everybody's going to love your product and what you do as much as you do, and that's okay. Nobody's wrong. Everybody has an opinion, and we favor that. And if you don't like our bagel, we'd love for you to come in and have a muffin. We'd love you to have it come a salad, come in and have a soup. So that's why we like to say we go beyond the bagel, because the word bagel is not necessarily for everybody. And I've learned that that's okay.
Gotcha. So what's, as you look to expand the business, what kind of partners are you looking for? I mean, what kind of attributes would a good franchisee or someone that's going to work for you opening up 101 Bagel Cafes have when they come talk with you about the opportunities?
They would be fun. They would be insightful. They would be somebody that really can get behind the brand, because yes, you can make money in this business, and you do make money in this business, but at the end of the day, it's about the community you're in, because without the guests or the patrons that come in, no business can be successful.
I would agree with that. So we've all, as business owners, have dealt with the last couple of months, which have been strange, and strange days indeed, as John Lennon once said. And you and I were talking before this. So talk to me about how 101 Bagel Cafe made it kind of through the pandemic, now that you guys can open up, and about your business and how you've dealt with your employees, and how you've weathered the storm for the most part.
So great minds have come together. I'm very proud of my staff. I'm going to give them shout outs. Quentin, Rachel, and Megan are managers for the two shops, and as a unit, as a family, as a team, they have really come together, and I've taught them, they've taught me, trial and error, and we were really able to get our delivery business off the ground, but also utilize our curbside business and even an app-based business where a customer by all means can call in and order over the phone, but it's much easier if they can just go ahead and order it on the app or the computer, and we just bring it out to them, and it's a contactless delivery. So they really get a lot of credit for that, and that was challenging at first because we had never done it prior to February. But I would say within a couple weeks we had our rhythm, and things are better than ever now.
I'm sure you never even considered that a mode of doing business when you first opened.
So delivery, we had always thrown around, even opening up drive-thrus in future locations, because we're fast, everybody's in a rush, and we like convenience. I'm the same way. Curbside, absolutely not. But that was really fun, and we really enjoy doing it, and it's very convenient as well to our guests.
So you'll continue that even beyond
Always.
COVID.
Even beyond. I like the word. Even beyond.
One thing that I'm impressed with, and again, we talked earlier, is that you kept all of your staff on payroll.
Yep.
Which is great. The restaurant industry is probably one of the industries besides the travel industry that was probably decimated the most through this whole COVID situation, and I applaud you for being able to do that. I have a couple of friends who also own other restaurants, and they were not able to do that. And, situation come as it is now that we're opening up back restaurants and things like that, to be able to be flexible and nimble enough to be able to change your business model to keep your folks employed. So hats off to you from that standpoint.
And to any operator out there, you're only as good as your staff. So definitely treat them right. Can't give them a hug right now, but really show the appreciation to them, because without them, 101 Bagel Cafe or any other business in this world cannot succeed without a great staff.
I would agree with that. So based upon your model, it sounds to me like you have, kind of what your core values are for your business. So I hear fun. What else, when you're looking at new employees, what kind of other core values do they have that you're looking for when you're hiring someone?
So quality, fun, loyalty, community. We don't want somebody that is going to be there and put up 60 points every night. We want 10 people that are going to put up 20, and we're going to win every game.
That's great. That is great. Yeah, it's more about the attitude, isn't it? We have in our company we have several core values, but it's more about attitude. The three key ones for us is having fun being part of a team, being driven, right, and then having a positive attitude. And I can say it's probably the same for you, for Got Hemp's business as well. If you don't have those three things, those people aren't fun to be around. Can you imagine being around a bunch of Eeyores versus
Right.
a bunch of Tigers?
Right.
And that's kind of, as business owners, we are opening up businesses. We're putting our lives on the line. We're putting our savings on the line. I want to be around people that I'm going to have fun with. right, that have those kind of core values, right?
Absolutely.
So
Just love what you do. That's the message.
love what you do. Yeah, and that's true. I mean, from your standpoint, it appears that, it's changing around the menu, changing the way the operating and so forth. It's not the same old every day, right?
No, every day you walk in there, and Amanda and Mike can attest to this. I mean, I'm putting samples of something that wasn't existing last week, and this is almost weekly that we're trying products. We have a test, team to see what's going to make a permanent menu, but we like continual change because the world isn't slowing down and it's not going to go backwards, so why should we?
Gotcha. So do you have a plan as far as growth plan for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years out? What do you see in the future of 101 Bagel Cafe?
Yeah, growth plan is we'd like to find business like-minded individuals, again, that are fun and want to help us take this to the next level, grow it, have every state and every community out there have one of these so that they can enjoy and bring peace and everything back to the world.
Gotcha. That is great. So let's segue a little bit. So we talked about your core values and what you're looking for in your business. So what would you say Got Hemp's core values are from that standpoint, for people that you look for to work with you guys?
So I would say that, first of all, we're looking for people who are honest. As you had mentioned, attitude is everything. We have to have a similar goal. We have to care for humanity and being trustworthy and a hard worker, and of course, dedication, loyalty. So it's a long list, but I think there are lots of people out there who have all of these qualities. They may be stronger in some aspects, but it's all about growth. And we can work together and make each other better. And we're willing to give people opportunities. We have found that a lot of individuals, they pretty much just want to collect a paycheck. And I mean, in every aspect of working, in any business, there are going to be those who just want to collect a paycheck, and they do the very minimum to get by. We're not looking for people like those. Yeah. And we spot them quite early. And if you're going to come for an interview, first appearance actually says a lot. You have to look good, smell good, appropriately groomed, speak well, and your attitude will speak for itself in the first 5 minutes of an interview. So maybe Dr. Jones has a few other things to add.
Yeah, she loves to put it on me because, one of the things, as you spoke of, is we like to treat people like family. We want everybody to know that when you work for, our brand name, that you are part of our family. And we have a motto, which is to laugh every day. As serious as Dr. Ellis sounds, she is one of the funniest women when it comes to creativity and things of sort, because she's from Jamaica and I'm from America, and we combine it. So I call myself an Jamaican, and we kind of have these jokes. And she say, "Have you ever heard of this?" And we laugh, and we find ways to laugh and energize ourselves and our brands. And when the customers come in, as much as they're going through the anxiety and the pains of things, we leave them laughing. We leave them laughing and feeling better about themselves. And that's how we will love our employees to be, because one of the things that I also say, if you're going to walk in our store, you're going to walk out with something. Because if you get the education and the laughter and the feel-good products, you're going to leave with something.
Oh, that's great. It's absolutely terrific. And I would say, Rob, you had something to add to that.
I just thought of a proposal. Is it
Sure.
possible, doctors, for a CBD bagel? Let's do this.
It is.
As Rob was talking earlier, I was telling, because we have made CBD items to taste and sample. I mean, we've made CBD cakes, and we've made drinks, and we even have CBD juice in our store that people love to sip. I mean, 3 different brands. We even brought you guys samples of some of our tea also. And as he was speaking, I was thinking the combination of his creativity and our CBD brand probably would. Can you imagine getting your bellies full and relaxing and not having anxiety in a bagel? I mean, come
I'll
on,
take
you
that.
can't beat that.
Well, that's what true business leaders do. They see an opportunity in everything. And we were also talking before about possibly them coming over to 101 Bagel Cafe and doing a little education over there. So it's really the synergy of the small businesses out there, and that's the power of the small business community in this country, in this local community, and everything else like that. We didn't see it in corporate America, but you can certainly see it, the ecosystem of small businesses that are out there and people who have to think on their feet every day.
Right.
And those are the people I'm concerned about. And I know all of you are concerned about making it through as successfully as it appears you guys have. And we, luckily, we didn't have to lay anybody else off either. So we were able to keep our business going through this whole situation. So, lifeblood of America is really our small businesses. So.
Right. Well, and now let me just say something in regards to looking at these bagels in front of me.
Five more minutes. Five more minutes.
Right.
Okay.
Very, very tempting, and we have really reduced our bread intake because we have really been working out. But I'm gonna tell you something. I can look at these products and tell you, who's ever listening, that he knows what he is doing. The design of the bagels, I could just look at the quality and tell that he is offering a great product, and we're going to definitely come over to 101. I'm telling all my friends about them.
And all of our bagels are gout free.
There you go.
There you go.
That'll help for me. I started having gout when I was 35 years old. Trust me. So,
And then the CBD will help the gout.
there we
There you
go.
go.
So, Rob, as far as people getting in touch with you and things like that, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you? Where are your locations and things like that?
So we've got Duluth Highway inside the beautiful District at Duluth building, which is right across from downtown Duluth, which has been building up since I've been here. It's absolutely gorgeous. We also have one it's labeled Atlanta. It's more Marietta. It's right off of Cobb Parkway, 2955 Cobb Parkway, Atlanta, Georgia, 30339 to be exact. You can also go on our website, www.101bagelcafe.com. Both of our locations, phone numbers, listings, menus, everything that we do is on there, and also with a franchise tab. So if you are interested in bringing one of these to your state, to your town, to your community, definitely send us a message.
Well, that's great. And I also heard you do catering as well, right? So how far out of a radius do you do catering to from your stores?
So at this point, I mean, when you order just delivery, 9 times out of 10, I'm the one delivering it to you. And we don't have a radius. We want to get the name out there. If I need to drive 45 minutes and I can keep the quality of your order intact, then I'm going to do it. It's all about serving you quality. And we do full-on catering with not just bagels, not just muffins, breakfast sandwiches. We have hash browns. We can do lunch sandwiches, salads, soups. We even can do a coffee bar. So when you guys come into our shops, you're going to see we're the first establishment that has iced coffee on tap. And our iced coffee cubes are actually made with real coffee, so it never waters down on you.
That's great.
I'm curious about this cup because that's a different design, the top of it.
Yeah, so that's just to keep it hot
Oh, okay.
and brand at the same time.
Oh, good
So it's a
job.
win-win for both of us.
Good job.
Yes.
Good job.
Well, that's terrific. So, last question for both of you. So, if you had one piece of advice to give someone opening up a new business, doesn't matter what the business is, what one piece of advice would you give that person?
The one piece of advice I would give that person, in which you spoke of earlier, is to stay the course. There's going to be challenging times because everybody does not have your vision in business. And like Dr. Ellis stated earlier, we want people to be informed, educated, and motivated. And if you stay with the understanding that this world does not spin backwards, it spins forward, we are able to help and educate and stay the focus, which is the growth and the benefit of the CBD products, and don't get off of that, then I think you would have a lot of successes.
Great. So, Dr. Ellis, anything you would add to that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with him. I also agree that networking is very important, like what we're doing now. So in addition to staying focused, we have to surround ourselves with positive people with like minds, because we can't do it alone.
Right. And Rob, what about you?
Stay humble, stay united, and stay open-minded. through the whole journey.
Teresa, what about you?
And that's an important thing. It's a journey. It's not a destination. Keep at it. I liked how you said the world spins forward, not backwards. I wrote that down because I thought that stuck a point.
Yeah, and I think if I can sum it all up, is I heard it all in your voice, is that it's passion. It really is passion.
So we'd like to thank Dr. Ellis and Dr. Jones, as well as Rob, for coming in today. And thank you to our listeners. Thank you so much for joining us on Reaching the Summit, presented by Pinnacle Custom Signs. Get a more prominent look with your business signage. To see how we can help your business reach the summit, visit us on our website at pinnaclecustomsigns.com or any of our social media channels. Remember that you can enjoy any of our episodes at any time by visiting businessradiox.com, selecting Gwinnett Studio, and then click on Reaching the Summit. You can also find us on Apple iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, or any of your favorite podcast apps. Until next time, for Pinnacle Custom Signs, I'm Teresa Conklin, and with Don Conklin, you've been listening to Reaching the Summit on Business Radio X. Hope you have a great day.